Look at the computer sitting on your desk right now. If you think your current setup is pretty fast, you are about to feel completely left behind. I just went down a massive rabbit hole looking at the latest July leaks from Mark Gurman, and what Apple is secretly cooking up in their labs right now is honestly terrifying. We are talking about a little silver box that can somehow hold up to 768 gigabytes of RAM. When I first saw that number, I genuinely thought it was a typo, but it is very real. Stick around, because I am going to show you why the upcoming M5 Ultra is going to completely break the internet, and why anyone who does creative work literally cannot afford to ignore this. But before we get into the fun stuff, we really need to talk about the absolute train wreck that is Apple's current desktop lineup. Let us just be totally honest with each other for a second. Apple made a massive mess this year. A few months ago, they dropped the M4 Max chip, and it was an absolute beast. But then they just completely ghosted their high-end professional users. Instead of giving us the M4 Ultra we all expected, they kept pushing the older M3 Ultra right next to the brand new M4 Max. It made absolutely no sense at all. You basically had professional editors and 3D artists paying top dollar for older technology, while the cheaper new Mac was actually beating the expensive one in daily tasks. People have just been stuck, sitting on their hands, waiting for Apple to fix this messy situation. We all hoped the big June event would save us, but that came and went, and we got absolutely nothing. So where is the flagship Pro computer? Why is Apple totally silent right now? Well, I was looking into this, and the truth is actually pretty crazy. Apple is completely caught in the middle of a massive global hardware war. The tech supply chain worldwide is a total disaster right now, especially for memory and storage, and it is all because of artificial intelligence. These giant tech companies are going completely nuts building massive AI data centers all over the world, and they are literally buying up every single stick of RAM on the entire planet. They are throwing absolute billions at suppliers to get parts for their servers. This leaves regular consumer brands, even a giant like Apple, fighting in the mud for whatever is left over. This massive global memory shortage is exactly why the M5 Studio is getting heavily delayed. We are now looking at late October, or maybe even November. Waiting that long for a desktop upgrade is super annoying, but when you look at this whole AI crisis, the delay starts to make perfect sense. Now, I have to rip the band-aid off and give you the bad news. Because memory is basically priced like solid gold right now, the Mac Studio is about to get hit with a totally nasty price hike. Usually, that base version sits at a really comfortable $2,000, but the summer leaks are aggressively pointing to a painful jump right up to $2,500 for the entry model. And if you are holding out for the big bad M5 Ultra, you might want to take a really deep breath. We are hearing that the starting price for the Ultra model could easily skyrocket from $4,000 up to a totally wild $5,000. I know that sounds genuinely insane, but Apple is kind of trapped in a corner here. Even heavy PC brands like Dell and HP are jacking up their prices as we speak. And do not hold your breath hoping Apple will give us more base storage to make up for the extra cost. Thanks to the global shortage, we will probably be stuck with the exact same entry specs as the last generation. But let us just pretend money is not real for a minute, because the leaked performance numbers on these new chips are genuinely ridiculous. Let us kick things off with the M5 Max. For single-core speeds, this chip is looking to hit right around 4,100 points. That is a massive, very noticeable jump. If you are still grinding away on an M1 or M2 Max right now, this upgrade is going to feel like absolute magic. For multi-core heavy lifting, the M5 Max is easily blowing past 29,000 points. But the graphics department is where things get super spicy. Apple is apparently baking brand new AI accelerators directly into the GPU, which pushes the Metal graphics score to a completely insane 25,600. Then we have the final boss, the M5 Ultra. Because Apple entirely skipped the M4 generation for the Ultra chips, this is shaping up to be the biggest single performance leap in the entire history of the Mac. Plus, there are heavy rumors that Apple might even skip the M6 Ultra next year, meaning this M5 Ultra is going to absolutely dominate the market for years to come. Single-core scores are resting around 4,300, but the multi-core projections are just laughable. The old M3 Ultra maxed out at roughly 28,000 points. The new M5 Ultra is projected to casually destroy that number with 45,000 points. That is nearly 3 times the raw power of the original M1 Ultra. If you are someone who edits totally massive 8K timelines or you build insanely huge 3D environments, this computer will not even break a single drop of sweat. Graphically, we are looking at Metal scores soaring over 41,000. Throw in the newly leaked Thunderbolt 5 ports and testing for up to 768 gigs of unified memory, and you are basically buying a literal supercomputer to stick on your desk. So, bringing it all back down to reality for a second, even with that scary price tag and the annoying delayed launch, the M5 Max Studio is clearly going to be the undisputed king of Apple's desktop lineup. But I really want to know what you guys think about all this. Are you already stashing away your cash to buy this absolute monster? Or does that massive $5,000 starting price for the Ultra make you want to just give up on Apple and build a custom Windows PC instead? Let me know your honest thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one.